Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Farhan Jaffar, Ecommers. I am a level 1 student at Rehan School, Islamabad campus. As you know, whenever I am having a new guest. So there is a call any on the topic. There is a call any on the topic of uh, helping someone who's hurt. So, Annie, can you ready to talk on this topic?
Walaikum salam, Farhan. I'm ready and excited to talk about helping someone who's hurt. It's such an important topic. When someone is hurting, whether it's emotionally or physically, the first step is to listen to them. Sometimes, just being there and offering a safe space for them to express their feelings can make a big difference. You can also show empathy by acknowledging their pain and letting them know it's okay to feel that way. Offering practical help, like assisting with tasks or just checking in on them regularly, can also show that you care. What specific aspects of this topic are you thinking about for your presentation? I'd love to help you brainstorm some ideas.
So my next question is, what will you do if your friend fall down?
If my friend falls down, the first thing I'd do is check if they're okay. I'd rush over to help them up and see if they're hurt. If they are, I'd ask if they need any medical attention or help getting up. Then I'd probably make a little joke to lighten the mood like, well, that's one way to get my attention. After that, I'd make sure they're feeling all right and maybe even suggest we take a break or grab a snack together. How about you? What would you do in that situation?
So my next question is, how can you help someone when it's hurt?
Helping someone who is hurt can be really impactful. Here are some steps you can take. 1. Stay calm. Your calmness can help soothe their anxiety. Take a deep breath together if needed. 2. Assess the situation. Check if they're physically injured or emotionally upset. This will help you decide how to help. 3. Listen actively. Sometimes they just need someone to listen. Let them express their feelings without interrupting. Show empathy and understanding. 4. Offer support. Ask them what they need. It could be a comforting presence, help with tasks, or just someone to talk to. 5. Encourage professional help. If it's a serious injury or emotional distress, gently suggest they talk to a professional, like a doctor or counselor. 6. Follow up. After the initial help, check in on them later. It shows you care and are there for them in the long run. What do you think? Do you have any other ideas or experiences related to this?
Yes, I having no idea about this. So my next question is, what will you do if someone
Sounds
feel
like you're.
someone
It's
feel guilty? If someone feel guilty.
got it. If someone feels guilty, it can be tough for them. Here's how I'd approach helping them. 1. Listen without judgment. Create a safe space for them to share their feelings. Let them express what they're guilty about without interrupting or criticizing. 2. Acknowledge their feelings. It's important to validate their emotions. Let them know it's okay to feel guilty, but it's also important to work through it. 3. Encourage reflection. Help them reflect on what happened. Ask questions like, what did you learn from this experience? Or how can you make amends? 4. Suggest making amends. If possible, encourage them to take action to rectify the situation. This could be apologizing, making changes, or finding a way to help others. 5. Focus on self-forgiveness. Remind them that everyone makes mistakes. Encourage them to practice self-compassion and understand that it's part of being human. 6. Support moving forward. Help them set goals to avoid similar situations in the future and focus on positive actions they can take. How does that sound? Have you seen someone deal with guilt before? I'd love to hear your thoughts.
So my next question is, if someone feeling better from our advice, how can we know about that?
Great question. If someone is feeling better from our advice, there are a few signs you might notice. 1. Improved mood. They might seem more relaxed, smile more, or show signs of happiness. Their energy can shift positively. 2. Engagement. They may start participating more in conversations or activities, showing interest in what's going on around them. 3. Expressing gratitude. They might thank you for your support or mention that your advice helped them feel better. 4. Sharing progress. They could share updates about how they're coping or the steps they've taken since your conversation. 5. Body language. Positive body language, like maintaining eye contact, open posture, and relaxed facial expressions, can indicate they're feeling better. 6. Asking for more help. If they come back to you for more advice or support, it shows they value your input and are willing to work on their feelings. Have you ever noticed these signs in someone before? It's always nice to see when our support makes a difference.
So how could we respect them?
Respecting someone, especially when they're going through a tough time, is really important. Here are some ways to show respect. 1. Listen actively. Give them your full attention when they're speaking. Show that you value their thoughts and feelings. 2. Validate their feelings. Acknowledge what they're going through. Let them know it's okay to feel the way they do, even if you don't fully understand it. 3. Avoid judgment. Be supportive without criticizing their choices or feelings. Everyone has their own journey, and it's important to honor that. 4. Give them space. Sometimes people need time to process their feelings. Respect their need for space if they ask for it. 5. Be patient. Healing takes time. Show patience and understanding as they navigate their emotions. 6. Encourage independence. Support them in finding their own solutions rather than trying to solve their problems for them. This shows you respect their ability to handle things. 7. Follow their lead. If they want to talk, be there. If they prefer to be alone, respect that choice too. How do you think you might show respect to someone in your life? I'd love to hear your thoughts.
So my next
It
question
seems
is, so I can my next question is, do you know how to call any machines?
absolutely. If you're asking about how to call or refer to different types of machines, here are a few examples. 1. Computer, a machine for processing data, often used for tasks like writing, gaming, and browsing the internet. 2. Washing machine, a household appliance for washing clothes automatically. 3. Coffee maker, a machine that brews coffee, perfect for a morning pick-me-up. 4. Printer, a machine that produces physical copies of documents or images from a computer. 5. A kitchen appliance used for heating food quickly using electromagnetic radiation. 6. Excavator, a heavy construction machine used for digging and moving large amounts of earth. Are you thinking about a specific type of machine, or do you want to know how to use or operate one? Let me know.
So my next question is, how can we better our friend if they can in bad way?
Helping a friend who's in a bad place is so important. Here are some ways you can support them. 1. Be present. Sometimes just being there for them, physically or emotionally, can make a huge difference. Let them know you care. 2. Listen actively. Encourage them to share their feelings without judgment. Listening can help them feel understood and less alone. 3. Offer encouragement. Remind them of their strengths and past successes. A little positivity can go a long way. 4. Suggest activities. Engage them in activities they enjoy, whether it's going for a walk, playing a game, or watching a favorite movie. Distractions can help lift their spirits. 5. Help them seek professional help. If their situation is serious, gently encourage them to talk to a counselor or therapist. It's okay to seek help. 6. Check in regularly. Follow up with them to see how they're doing. Consistent support shows you're there for the long haul. 7. Respect their space. If they need time alone, respect that. Just letting them know you're there when they're ready can be comforting. What do you think? Have you helped a friend before in a tough situation?
If our
I'd
friend
love to
be-
hear your experiences.
if our
It's
friend becoming in a tough situation, what can we do?
If your friend is in a tough situation, here's how you can help. 1. Listen. Let them talk about what they're going through. Sometimes, just having someone to vent to can be really helpful. 2. Offer support. Ask how their feelings, validate their emotions. It's okay for them to feel upset, and acknowledging that can help them feel understood. Have you been in a situation like this before? I'd love to hear how you handled it.
So my next question is, can you call someone if your parents become hurt?
Absolutely. If your parents are hurt or in a tough situation, it's important to reach out for help. Here's what you can do. 1. Call emergency services. If it's a serious injury or emergency, don't hesitate to call emergency services right away. They can provide immediate assistance. 2. Contact a family member. If you have other family members nearby, call them for support. They might be able to help or come over quickly. 3. Reach out to friends. If you have friends or neighbors who can assist, don't hesitate to call them for help or support. 4. Stay calm. When you call, try to stay calm and explain the situation clearly. This will help others respond more effectively. 5. Follow up. After getting help, stay with your parents if possible and keep checking in on them as they recover. Have you ever had to call someone for help in a tough situation? It can be stressful, but reaching out is so important.
Uh, so my next question is, if your friend become hurted, what whose people you call them and become better their health?
If your friend is hurt, you can call a few different people to help them feel better. 1. Family members. If your friend is close to their family, calling a parent or sibling can provide support and comfort. 2. Close friends. Reach out to mutual friends who can also offer support. Sometimes, having a group around can lift their spirits. 3. Medical professionals. If the injury is serious, don't hesitate to call a doctor or take them to a hospital for proper care. 4. Counselors or therapists. If they're feeling emotionally hurt, encouraging them to talk to a mental health professional can be really beneficial. 5. Support groups. Sometimes, connecting with others who have gone through similar experiences can help them feel less alone. 6. Yourself. Don't forget that you can be a source of support too. Just being there for them can make a huge difference. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to help a friend like this? I'd love to hear how you handled it.
So my next question is, who can help you to advising the parents or peoples?
If you're looking for advice on how to help your parents or others, here are some people you can turn to. 1. Trusted family members. Sometimes, other relatives can offer valuable advice based on their experiences. 2. Friends. Close friends might have gone through similar situations and can share what worked for them. 3. Teachers or mentors. If you're in school, a teacher or mentor can provide guidance and support. 4. counselors or therapists. Professionals can offer expert advice, especially if the situation is emotional or complex. 5. Community leaders. Sometimes local community centers or organizations have resources and advice for families in need. 6. Online support groups. There are many online platforms where people share their experiences and advice on various topics. Who do you think you would feel most comfortable reaching out to for advice? I'm curious to
Online.
hear your thoughts.
I think online is the better advice.
Sure, here's a synthetic summary of the search results. Being online can actually be beneficial for your well-being, as it provides access to a wealth of information and advice. However, when seeking guidance, it's important to approach the process thoughtfully. Successful individuals often know how to ask for advice without being annoying, as highlighted by Harvard researchers. While social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram can offer quick advice, they may not always cater to individual needs, making some content feel like a one-size-fits-all solution. Therefore, it's crucial to discern good advice from bad, and while it's valuable to seek guidance from various sources, trusting your own judgment is key. Ultimately, personal connections and professionals, like counselors, can provide more tailored and effective advice than online sources alone. What do you think about that?
I
Do you
think
find
if
online
our
advice
friends
help?
in difficulty are they are feeling guilty, what can we do?
If your friend is feeling guilty, here are some ways you can help them. 1. Listen without judgment. Let them express their feelings. Sometimes just talking about it can help relieve some of that guilt. 2. Validate their feelings. Acknowledge that it's okay to feel guilty sometimes. It shows they care about their actions and how they affect others. 3. Encourage self-compassion. Remind them that everyone makes mistakes. Encourage them to be kind to themselves and recognize that it's part of being human. 4. Help them reflect. Ask open-ended questions to help them understand why they feel guilty and what they can learn from the situation. 5. Suggest making amends. If appropriate, encourage them to reach out to those affected and apologize or make things right. 6. Be there for them. Sometimes just being a supportive friend can make all the difference. Let them know you're there for them, no matter what. 7. Encourage professional help. If the guilt is overwhelming, suggest they talk to a counselor or therapist for guidance. Have you ever helped a friend through feelings of guilt? I'd love to hear how you approached it.
So if we can advise to our friend, they cannot couldn't give response, what can we do?
If your friend doesn't respond to your advice, here are some steps you can take. 1. Give them space. Sometimes people need time to process what they've heard. Let them know you're there when they're ready to talk. 2. Check in. After a little while, reach out again to see how they're feeling. A simple message can show you care. 3. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of giving more advice, ask how they're feeling about the situation. This can encourage them to share their thoughts. 4. Be patient. Everyone processes things differently. They might not be ready to talk or respond right away. 5. Offer support. Let them know you're there for them, regardless of whether they take your advice. Sometimes just knowing someone cares is enough. 6. Share your own experiences. If appropriate, share a similar situation you faced and how you handled it. This can help them feel less alone. 7. Encourage professional help. If they seem really stuck, gently suggest they consider talking to a counselor or therapist. Have you ever faced a situation like this with a friend? How did you handle it? I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
So if we can not working on our friends or family members, what can we do?
If you feel like you can't help your friends or family members, here are some things you can do. 1. Focus on self-care. Sometimes, taking care of yourself is the best way to be supportive. Make sure you're feeling good mentally and physically. 2. Encourage independence. Let them know that it's okay to seek help from others, whether it's friends, family, or professionals. They might benefit from different perspectives. 3. Be a good listener. Even if you can't provide solutions, just being there to listen can be incredibly valuable. Sometimes people just need to vent. 4. Set boundaries. If their struggles are affecting your well-being, it's okay to set boundaries. You can still care for them while taking care of yourself. 5. Share resources. If you know of any helpful books, articles, or support groups, share those with them. They might find something that resonates. 6. Stay positive. Encourage them to focus on small, positive steps. Celebrate any progress, no matter how small. 7. Check in. Regularly check in to see how they're doing. It shows you care, even if you can't actively help. Have you ever felt like you couldn't help someone? How did you cope with that situation? I'd love to hear your thoughts.
So my next question is giving a last advice to on this topic of our friends, because the time was upping at now.
Absolutely. Here's a final piece of advice for supporting friends or family who are struggling. Be present and patient. Sometimes, just being there for someone is the most powerful thing you can do. Let them know you care, and that it's okay to take their time in processing their feelings. Encourage them to seek help if they need it, but also remind them that it's perfect.
किसने कहा है? किसने कहा है? पैंचो लाइट ऑन कर. यार लाइट ऑन करना. दरवाजा बंद कर अब.
I could draw one for you,
So this is
but
our
I can help.
colony on the topic of helping of our the friends and other members. So we can connect it another colony. Thank you so much, Annie. Allah Hafiz. कुत्ती माँ के बच्ची है ना.